Hello everybody and welcome back to the Crooked Hour. Today we're doing a recap of UFC 300 and the card's still on. The way I'm going to be doing this video is after each fight during the break I'm going to quickly jump on, break it down, compile it all into one video so you get more of my immediate reactions for UFC 300. First fight of the night, Deiveson Figueiredo versus Cody Garbrandt. Just took place. Fight just finished. We're on the break. We're going to Bobby Green, Jim Miller next. This first fight was a good fight. I thought Cody was going to win it. I predicted Cody to win it. I think I said Cody by KO, probably round 2, but he gets subbed in round 2. And you know what? I'm okay with this. He was an underdog. I knew there was a big chance of him losing here. And he gets subbed up, which I didn't see happening. But he got subbed up. Deiveson Figueiredo took him down round 2. Started controlling the fight. He had him in a arm triangle, I believe. And then he had him in a fucking some type of submission, right? I think it was an arm triangle. And then Cody Garbrandt exploded up to the feet. Deiveson Figueiredo got his back and choked him out. Rear naked choke. But before that, on the feet, round 1. I gave round 1 to Cody, although it was close. Could have went either way. Cody Garbrandt was landing nice leg kicks. He was landing nice strikes to the head. Deiveson Figueiredo was landing his own nice strikes. Mainly punches were his main attack here. He was throwing some front kicks, but they didn't land. But yeah, Deiveson Figueiredo gets the job done, defending his spot, which sucks because it would have been cool to see Cody Garbrandt jump up the rankings. A bit of a comeback story, but he takes a step back, and that's alright. I think Cody Garbrandt looked good in this fight. I just think Deiveson Figueiredo is better. Now we move on to the next fight. Jim Miller, Bobby Green, about to watch it. And then I'll check in with yous again. I got Jim Miller by KO in round 2, I believe. Or maybe round 3. See yous there. Well, that went well. Jim Miller gets the job. He didn't get the job done. He got fucking battered. The man got battered. But he did win the first round. He was looking decent. He was landing some big shots. He wobbled Bobby Green twice in the first round. But he was just following a stupid game plan. Walking in, head first, playing to Bobby Green's strengths. You know, you think of Bobby Green on the back foot. Likes to throw shots, dart out, like on the back foot. He doesn't do as well on the front foot. Jim Miller was landing nice shots, nice hooks, nice leg kicks. But then he just stopped leg kicking. I'm like, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing? Just stop the leg kicks, charging in head first, letting Bobby Green back up and counter shot. Didn't go for any takedowns, didn't go for any clinch work. I think that he wanted to put on an entertaining fight, and he just played into Bobby Green's game massively by doing that. So Bobby Green gets the decision win, almost got a finish. He dropped Jim Miller in the last round badly. Jim Miller was all bloodied up. Nearly finished him, got him to the ground, pounding him. He landed a mean elbow, and I was like, it was like 6 seconds left, and I'm like, Bobby Green's going to finish him here. He didn't get the finish. So I'm 0-2 on the card so far. Round 1, Miller stung him in the first. Bobby Green started to outscore, but Miller did catch him again. But then Green did land a nice flying knee at the end and landing his own good shots, but I gave that round to Miller. Round 2, Bobby Green cut him and outscored him through the whole round. Dominated him that round. Start to finish. Just dominated him. Round 3, Jim Miller was walking into range and getting tagged just the entire round. He landed like one good shot of his own. I think he wobbled Bobby Green maybe for a split second and then went in for the clinch. After not going for the clinch the entire fight, he went for the clinch after he wobbled him. Wild stuff. Bobby Green tags him with his own good shots. They start to walk into the pocket. Bobby Green tags him bad. Shots up against the fence. Jim Miller falls to the ground. Bobby Green's pounding him. Tries to get to a better position. Jim Miller gets back to his feet. Bobby Green slams him down. Lands that nice elbow I was talking about. And then fight's over. Bobby Green wins. One card was 30-27, 30-25, and 29-26. So back and forth fight, fun fight, probably not fight of the night, but an entertaining fight nonetheless. And Bobby Green called out Paddy Pimblett. Book that fight. Book that fight. I want to see Bobby Green fuck that motherfucker up. I want to see Bobby Green piece him up. Book it. Book it. Bobby Green, though, looked good. I like the side kicks. I like how he was using kicks from his lead leg. It was good. It was good. But anyway, we move on to the next fight, which will be Jessica Andrade versus Marina Rodriguez. I've got Jessica Andrade. Marina Rodriguez is probably going to win because I'm 0-2, probably going to be 0-3. But I'll see you there. Jessica Andrade versus Marina Rodriguez. Jessica Andrade gets it done. She stops my losing streak of 2. Good job, Jessica Andrade. It was a back and forth fight. Marina Rodriguez fighting like a bot. I don't know what she was doing. She was good on the outside, straight shots. But there was just moments where she was up against the cage, like just, it's like, you know when you got your controller in your hand and you're like still trying to play, but you might have one hand on the controller, so you're moving the move button around. That's what it was like she was doing. She, like, not mashing any buttons, just moving around the cage. She was like this, like, this is how she was moving around the cage. Asking to be fucking punched in the fucking chin. Jessica Andrade punched her a few times in the chin. She gets her by decision, split decision, but I reckon first 2 rounds, Jessica Andrade, Marina Rodriguez wins the final round. She did have better boxing out in the range. Jessica Andrade had good low kicks. She had good boxing in the pocket. Marina Rodriguez fought like all she could do was good punches from in-range. She was terrible on the ground. In close, she looked like a fish out of water. In the clinch, she kept going for knees, but just didn't throw them. Interesting. But Jessica Andrade gets it done by decision. She even had Marina Rodriguez wobbled in at a moment in the second round. She gets the job done. Next fight, because I missed 2, so I'm back to talk about these 2 fights. Moicano gets it done. Jalin Turner was my pick. I didn't even have Moicano, but I wouldn't have had it any other way, honestly. That post-fight speech, they need to have bonus for speeches. They need to have a bonus for speeches because Moicano would be winning that. Cannot afford to lose. I was fucking with it. It was a good speech. And yeah, I think that speech stole the night, speech-wise. That's what I mean. If there was a bonus for a speech, he would be getting it. Jalin Turner, first round, hurt Moicano to the body in like the first 10 seconds. Moicano, smart, goes for takedowns, gets Jalin Turner down to the ground. For most of the round, he's got him on the ground, looking for submissions, looking for full mount. Jalin Turner gets back to his feet, drops Moicano with a straight right. It was like a hook, straight left maybe. I don't know what it was, but it was a hook straight. Dropped Moicano, walked off. I think he thought it was a walk-off finish. He's like, just walking off. And Moicano gets back up, round's over. Next round, they come out. Moicano's landing good shots on the feet. Jalin Turner's very hesitant. He's very hesitant on the feet after that. I think he's too scared to get taken down. Moicano was starting to throw back. Jalin Turner's just backing up against the fence. Moicano goes for a double leg, gets him down to the mat, controls him, gets full mount, ground and pounds him out. Jalin Turner had no answers. He was trying to wiggle around, trying to survive, but he just couldn't. Moicano gets the TKO win in the second round by punches, and then he does his dope speech. Shout out Money Moicano. I know that makes me 3-1 on the card, but I wouldn't have it any other way. Moicano got the job done. I wished Moicano would get the job done when I was making my pick, but I thought Jalin Turner would be too much. But Moicano did it, baby. Moicano did it. Is Moicano better than, what's his name? I forget his name. Give me a second. Mateusz Gamrot. Is Moicano better than Mateusz Gamrot? Yes. Moicano wants his money and he cannot afford to lose. Epic scenes. Good way to end the early prelims, but now we're moving on to the prelims. I think it's Diego Lopez first up, so I'll see you soon. Let's fucking go! What did I say? I said Lopez lock, right? Lopez lock. I've been on Lopez for ages. He's the best featherweight fighter. He beats Ilya. He beats Volk. Hard to say, but he does. He beats Max Holloway. He beats them all. This guy's the GOAT. He's the GOAT. Diego Lopez KO Sodiq Yusuff in round 1, a minute 30 in the round. A minute 30 in the round. He KOs him. He drops him once, bad, with like a uppercut hook. Drops Sodiq Yusuff. Follows up with big shots. Sodiq Yusuff gets back up there in the clinch. Another uppercut drops Sodiq Yusuff. Then he ground and pounds him out. I got my live reaction that I'll play in a minute. But big win from Diego Lopez. Give him a massive boost up the rankings. He's finally in the rankings now. I think he's going to be ranked 13. Give him a big boost up. Give him 8, 9, 7, 6 even. Give him a big boost up because this guy, all his wins have been impressive. Diego Lopez is the real deal. I actually had a bit of money on him, so I'm really glad he won. And my lock of the card, I believe in you, Diego Lopez, through and through. One of my favourite fighters. You're a GOAT. Ignore the haircut. I'm rocking with the haircut. The haircut ain't bad. We can move past the haircut because your performances are fucking insane. That's a 300k bonus right there to Diego Lopez. If it isn't, I'm going to fucking riot. I'm going to riot. Because he deserves a 300k bonus for that fucking finish. That was insane. How do you stop this guy? How do you stop him? Sodiq Yusuff landed 2 shots. One was a good straight. You'll see it in my reaction. And yeah, I'll let my reaction play. Ignore the close-up of my fucking mug. But I got a little bit hyped. So let it roll. Next fight after the reaction is Holm versus Kayla Harrison. So I'll come back once that is on. No! He just got clipped in the face. Oh, he drops him! He drops him! No, he's getting back up, Diego Lopez drops him bad. He drops him bad. He drops him bad, but Sodiq Yusuff's alright for now. They're in the clinch. Diego Lopez has... Oh, he drops him again! He's in full mount. Finish him! Let's go! Let's go! Just finished watching Holm versus Kayla Harrison. Kayla Harrison gets the job done via rear naked choke in the second round. Not a lot to say about this fight. Kayla Harrison looked good. Holm looked old. She looked old. She didn't have a smart game plan. She got in the clinch with Kayla Harrison, got taken down. She did reverse position, but then she tried to stay on the ground with Kayla Harrison when she's world champion boxer in her past. Her one way to win this fight was on the feet. Yeah, let's do a grappling game plan. Smart Holm. But I had Kayla Harrison, so I can't complain. Kayla Harrison got her to the ground in the second round, beat her up with elbows a little bit, and then submitted her. Submitted her in the second round. Pretty dominant win for Kayla Harrison, as you see here. Only 2 significant strikes for Holm. She did land nice elbows off her back, Holm did, to Kayla Harrison. That did bruise up Kayla Harrison a little bit, but nothing significant. Kayla Harrison with massive elbows on top. Nice control. Nice submission. Good win for Kayla Harrison. I think they're going to give her a boost up. This makes her 5 in the rankings. I think they're going to give her a boost up, or they could even give her a title shot. But I think they're going to give her like a number 1 contender fight, and then probably give her a title shot after that. Not else to say. Good fight. Good fight. If Kayla Harrison gets a 30k bonus for that, if she gets a 30k bonus over Diego Lopez, which is something that could definitely happen, I'm going to be angry. I'm going to be very angry. But now, I've got to run off to Calvin Kattar versus Aljamain Sterling. I will see you after that fight. Aljamain Sterling versus Calvin Kattar just took place. Aljamain Sterling wins by unanimous decision. I'm pretty sure I predicted Aljamain, but I'm pretty sure I said by decision. I could have said by submission. But I was feeling decision. He gets the job done by decision. Domination from start to finish. Not domination as in outclassing him everywhere. Except he pretty much did outclass Calvin Kattar everywhere. On the feet, he was winning. On the ground, he was winning. It wasn't that dominant on the ground. It was a bit boring, a bit of a stalemate. But fair play, in my opinion. Fair play. That's what he had to do to get this win. If he lost this fight, for his career, that would be horrendous. He needed to win this fight. So I don't blame him for following that game plan. I don't blame him at all. It's not the funnest to watch, but he did get the job done. So fair play to Aljamain Sterling. It's just the takedowns. It was just the takedowns for Aljamain Sterling. Every round looked sort of similar. He had nice kicks. He was stomping out the leg, body kicks, leg kicks. Calvin Kattar, as you see, 8 significant strikes landed. They were mainly the jab. Not a lot else. There was shots off his back as well, but Aljamain Sterling just keeping top position. Little hammer fists here and there. That's about it. Dominant win by Aljamain Sterling, pushing the grappling pace. Calvin Kattar just didn't seem to have answers, and he had a real good takedown defense before this fight, but I think the bantamweight fighters just have different wrestling. Different wrestling to the featherweights, and I think Aljamain Sterling could be a problem moving up further. I don't know who to match him up against next. I don't, but there's some fun matchups out there for him. There's some scary matchups. If Volk doesn't get the rematch, which I think he will, but if he doesn't, you could definitely do Volkanovski versus Aljamain Sterling. That'd be a fun fight. But Aljamain Sterling gets it done. The crowd was booing. They were not happy. Wasn't the funnest fight to watch, but he needed to do that. He did need to do that. So fair play to him. And we move on to the next fight. That makes me... Oh shit, this fight must be starting. I better go. But this fight makes me, I think it's 4-3. So we're in the positive bracket now. I got Jiří Procházka in the next one. Let's see if he gets the job done. Holy fucking moly. Jiří Procházka gets it done. I had a bad feeling about this bet. Not this bet, but this fight pick. I had a bad feeling about it. I thought Rakic was going to get it done. It was looking that way. First round, Rakic landed devastating low kicks. Big strikes. I don't know what Jiří Procházka's chin is made out of. How hard does Alex Pereira hit is the real question here. Aleksandar Rakic was hitting him with his best shots. Jiří Procházka was walking through it and slowly breaking him. Slowly breaking him. Jiří Procházka landed nice head kicks. Nice straights. Ended up really hurting Aleksandar Rakic in the second round. Aleksandar Rakic was all wobbly. A long finishing sequence, I should say. Long finishing sequence. But Jiří Procházka just jumped on him, followed him everywhere, followed him to the ground, fucking pounded him out. And I was like, I have a big parlay of all these fights not going the distance. I thought that this one might be the one to crash it. The other one I have a feeling might be Weili, but we'll see how that goes. But Jiří Procházka gets it done. I was like, please finish him, and he gets it done. Aleksandar Rakic, he looked good, but he broke. Jiří Procházka's chin and his pressure broke him. Flat out broke him. Aleksandar Rakic got TKO'd by Jiří Procházka, the samurai. Amazing scenes there. Jiří Procházka, this fight deserves fight of the night. Both people deserve fight of the night. And Aleksandar Rakic, one of the more dangerous people in the division, just got taken out by Jiří Procházka. Impressive win. But Aleksandar Rakic was really chewing up that leg, and I was starting to get worried, but Jiří Procházka just tanked through it. He's a fucking samurai. No doubt about it, he's a fucking samurai. The scenes are crazy. Jiří Procházka's back on board. If he lost this fight, it'd be a little bit worrying for him. I think that'd be 3 losses in a row. No, 2 losses in a row. But Aleksandar Rakic got finished, got slept. Not slept out cold, but he was like out of it. He was buzzed. Jiří Procházka gets it done, which makes me 5-3 on the card, I think. Samurai. Let's go. Next fight we're going to be going to is Nickal versus Cody Brundage. I will see you there. So we took a little break, but we are back. I just watched the main card. Just grinded it out, so I didn't do a video, but we're going to recap it all now. First fight on the main card, Nickal versus Cody Brundage. Now, I feel like I recorded this, but I don't think it's saved. But Nickal got the rear naked choke in round 2. Cody Brundage did land a big shot once. I did say he was going to win by KO. It came 10% close. Let's just say 10% out of 100. It came a possibility. You know, Bo Nickal did get hit, so it became a possibility. But Bo Nickal looked good. I mean, not the performance we're probably all looking for with our expectations of Bo Nickal. Like, let's be fair, we've all got these expectations of Bo Nickal, but it's because the UFC forces it upon us. They push him. We got to expect him to be better than what he is if they're pushing him like they are. But Bo Nickal gets it done via rear naked choke in round 2. Dominating the grappling, Cody Brundage, landed some good shots as I mentioned earlier. Threw Bo Nickal off of him one time. But other than that, Bo Nickal controlled the grappling. Controlled when he wanted to get the takedowns. Great top control. As you can see there, 7 minutes and 25 seconds of control time. Almost the entire fight. Close to. And yeah, he got the rear naked choke on Bo Nickal. Cody Brundage. Cody Brundage did look decent, but Bo Nickal was just better. Cody Brundage, the first man to make it round 2 in the UFC with Bo Nickal. What's that telling you? I think it's time to give Bo Nickal a jump up as well. I'm thinking a Gerald Meerschaert matchup. I think that's perfect. Perfect test for Bo Nickal. I think that's a matchup to make, in all honesty. Bo Nickal, though, he looked good to start the main card. I wish we did swap Jiří Procházka and Aleksandar Rakic for Bo Nickal, Cody Brundage. I think that would have been a good idea, but they didn't do it. Next fight on the card. Charles Oliveira versus Arman Tsarukyan. Now, my pay-per-view stream that I brought kept glitching. It kept lagging. Must have had internet issues. The pay-per-view stream I brought must have had internet issues, because this fight kept buffering, kept messing up. So I did miss a lot of the first round, and I missed a bit of the fight. So my recollection of this fight isn't going to be amazing, and I'll have to rewatch it. But as far as I seen, it was a close back and forth. Charles Oliveira got him in some deep submissions, a guillotine at one point. He had another deep submission at the end, which was a dash choke. But I think Arman Tsarukyan won 2-1. I think Charles Oliveira won that first round. I think Arman Tsarukyan won the last 2. Pretty clearly too. As I said in my breakdown, people who follow Charles Oliveira to the ground are successful. Arman Tsarukyan with devastating elbows, domination, in the grappling. Because the thing with Charles Oliveira is he likes to sit on the ground. He likes to sit on bottom and play a submission game. It's the same issue another fighter had. I can't remember who it was. Maybe it was Charles Oliveira, but I've had this opinion on another fighter where they just like to sit on their back and play. Maybe it was Kevin Holland. Kevin Holland, when he's on the ground, he likes to lay on his back, try and play the jiu-jitsu game. Just can't do that in the UFC anymore. You can't do that in the UFC anymore. And Arman Tsarukyan showed that against Charles Oliveira. He showed that, you can't let me get on top on the ground. I'm too dominant. I know he's going to piss people off, but I think he looks pretty dominant on the ground other than the submission attempts. Of course, they were a big factor, but yeah, there wasn't a lot to say because I didn't see a lot of the fights, but from what I seen, the striking was close. Charles Oliveira would land good shots. Arman Tsarukyan was getting the better of the exchanges, though, in my opinion. Nice body kicks, nice stray shots. I think Arman Tsarukyan deserved to win this fight, but the ending of the fight wasn't the greatest look for him. If this was a 5-round fight, maybe he would have got submitted. But at the same side, maybe he would have KO'd Charles Oliveira. So, sucks for Charles Oliveira. I don't know what he does after this. I don't know where he goes. He could put a little run together again. This was a close fight against Arman Tsarukyan, who is dangerous. You see what he just did to Beneil Dariush in his last fight. So Charles Oliveira going the distance, getting a split decision loss, isn't the baddest look. Am I wrong? It's not the baddest look. So Arman Tsarukyan gets it done by split decision. I think it should have been unanimous decision, in all honesty. Next fight on the card, Justin Gaethje versus Max Holloway. Now, I had Max blessed Holloway by decision, and we got close. We got close, and he had to ruin it. No, I'm just fucking with you. I feel like I need to put some more energy into this, but it zapped all my energy out when it happened. That in the main event zapped all my energy out. But what Max Holloway did was insane. Greatest knockout of all time, nearly. Just because, not the finishing, I'd still give that to Buckley when he got that KO. I'd give that to Buckley when he got that KO. I think that's the greatest knockout of all time, in my opinion, when we're talking style-wise and, the knockout itself. But when we're talking about knockout in total, when we're putting together the fights, the consequences, why it happened, when it happened, I think this would have to be the greatest knockout of all time, or close to it. I know there's been a few good ones. Yair got one against the Korean Zombie. This is close to that. This is close to that. But maybe that beats it because Yair Rodriguez was losing that fight until he threw that elbow, and the elbow itself was a sick move. But Max Bless Holloway was winning 4 rounds to 1, in my opinion. I reckon Gaethje won the 3rd round, was it? I think Gaethje won the 3rd round, or maybe it was the 4th when he dropped him at a moment. Maybe it was the 4th round. I can't recall. Maybe it was the 3rd. I don't remember. But I had it 4 rounds to 1. And Max had the chance. He was winning the 5th round. He would have won that round. So definitely 4 rounds to 1. But he pointed at the center. He said, come here and strike with me. Come here and strike with me. And they threw down. And Max Blessed Holloway knocked his ass the fuck out. Legendary. Legendary scenes. I didn't think Max would knock him out. I'll say it. I don't think Max would knock him out. I thought there was a slight chance. Maybe there was a slight chance. But I didn't think he'd knock him out as clean as what he did. I definitely don't think it would have happened how it happened. Max Holloway, legend. Legend. I think he should stay at lightweight. I'll get to that more now. But breaking down the fight, round 1. Back and forth. Max really showing his speed and his boxing. Wins that round. Second round was a bit closer. I think that was a bit of a swing round where, you could have gave it to Justin, but I gave it to Max. I think he had better output. I think he had better shots. He was snapping Gaethje's head back with straight rights. His jab was becoming money. He was landing these tap and low kicks. They don't really count for anything. I just thought I'd bring them up. And Justin Gaethje's biggest weapon in this fight was his leg kicks. As you see, 33 leg kicks landed on Max Holloway. I know it says Max Holloway has 57, but Max's was tapping. Justin Gaethje's was full force, full velocity, straight into the leg, but Max Holloway was eating them. He was lifting his leg up for a few, which definitely took damage off him, but he was eating the leg kicks, didn't show a sign of him weakening him. He was just on his game. 3rd round came around. I really need to remember what the knockdown was. It actually wasn't counted as a knockdown because I think it was more of a slip, but I'd count it as a knockdown. I reckon he got hit clean, knocked down for a split second. It was a flash knockdown. It was a flash knockdown. It either happened in the 3rd or the 4th. But Justin Gaethje did land a nice shot on him, his best shot of the fight. Knocked Max Holloway down. And don't get me wrong, Justin Gaethje, I said it was just the leg kicks, but he would land a nice hook here and there. He'd land a nice hook on Holloway's chin, but he ate that shit. So fuck you, everybody who was saying, Max Holloway's going to get knocked out. Max Holloway's just going to get slept. This fight's unfair for Max Holloway. Maybe even I said that at the start. So fuck me too, right? Fuck me too, but I believed in Max Blessed Holloway. I believed in him. As this fight got closer, I believed in him. 4th round. If it's a round, I can't remember. It's either 3 or 4 the knockdown happened, but Max wins until the knockout happens. Gaethje will land a few good shots. Leg kick's a big weapon, but Gaethje will land a few good shots in between Max Holloway's massive output, the better boxing, the better speed. But in between, Max was landing good body kicks, good body punches. He was working that body. He was working that body very well. I think that had an effect on Justin Gaethje. I think it was slowing him down a little bit, hurting him a little bit. I actually do have notes for this fight. In round 4, I did give it to Gaethje. I think that was the round where he did knock him down. So, round 4, sorry. I said Max Holloway slower in round 4, more open to shots. That's what I did see. He did look like he was more open to shots. He started to slow down, started to get hit more. Wasn't countering as well. But then round 5 just looked like he was fresh again. I was worried for him coming into that 5th because I did notice him starting to slow down a little bit, starting to get hit more. Justin Gaethje was pressing more. But Max Holloway was winning that 5th round clearly. And then he just pointed, let's trade. Trade with me. I'm the BMF. Best boxer in the UFC, baby. He pointed. They had a little exchange. Max Holloway with 2 seconds left in the round. Knocks this guy on the chin and knocks him the fuck out. He knocks him the fuck out. Max Blessed Holloway is the talk of this card. Give him both bonuses. Give this man 600k. He deserves it. Max Blessed Holloway deserves it. He might be breaking $1 million for this card if he gets both bonuses. Just saying, they'd be paying him a lot on his normal fight contract to get a win, to get his base pay, media obligations, to get 2 bonuses if he does. He's nearly breaking $1 million. And I think that performance deserves $1 million. That knockout and that moment he gave us deserves $1 million. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think give Max Blessed Holloway $1 million. Give him $1 million. Best knockout I've seen in probably nearly my time watching the UFC, like live. That's probably the best knockout I've ever seen. I didn't expect it to happen. I thought, oh, they're going to throw down. I saw Max getting the better of the exchange. I was like, oh, this is going to look good for him. You know, ending the round, exchanging in the pocket, landing the better shots. I look over. I'm like, did you just knock him out? Did you just knock him the fuck out? And he did knock him the fuck out. Max Blessed Holloway on top, baby. Next fight on the card. Weili, Zhang vs. Xiaonan. Now, interesting fight, frustrating fight, annoying fight. But it was a fun fight. Like, I don't want to hear that this wasn't a fun fight. I don't want to hear it. Weili Zhang choked her ass out in the very first round. She choked her ass out, clean out. The fight should have been stopped then. Jason Herzog should have watched Xiaonan get up on that mat after 2 seconds of being unconscious, get up on the mat, slouching around. She was like, that was the worst fucking recreation of something I could have ever done. But she was fucking... She was out. She was out. But she recovered well, but I do think that should have been the end of the fight. Maybe a little bit because I had Weili Zhang via KO submission. That might be a little bit why I think the fight should have ended. But she had her finish. That round definitely a 10-8. If there's a 10-8 in the UFC, I know the round wasn't dominant. She was getting clipped. She might have even got dropped in that round. But she finished that fight. 2 seconds left. 2 more seconds left. She would have won that fight. She did win that fight. This fight should be overturned to a first round submission win, in my opinion. I'm glad it wasn't because we got a longer fight and we had to see Weili Zhang push through some real adversity. We had to see her push through some real fucking adversity. She was gassed. I can't blame her. Round 2, she had her flattened out, punching her head in. She was nearly about to finish that too. She was on top. Boom, boom, boom. And she couldn't get it done. Xiaonan survived. Fair play to her. She showed a lot of heart in this fight. I'm not disputing that. But those could have been 10-8 rounds. And I think that might be how it scored. I'm not sure. I'm not going to break down the scorecard. 49-45. You can discuss that for yourself. Because Weili definitely won. Xiaonan definitely did win round 3. She definitely won round 3. Arguably won round 4. I think those were her 2 rounds. I think other than that, you could give 10-8 Zhang Weili round 1. I'm pretty sure in round 2 is where she had it flattened out, pounding her face in. And then Weili, gassed as fuck, going for that choke. She went for another choke as well, I believe. She had her in an arm triangle or something like that. Choking her ass out. Xiaonan reverses the position, gets out of it, I should say. And Weili Zhang, towards the end of the 4th round, said, I need to start wrestling. I don't care how gassed I am, I need to start wrestling. And she did so. She got Xiaonan down, dominated her. Xiaonan, ground game exposed. Jessica Andrade, you should just push the grappling, mate. You should just push the grappling. You would have won that fight. But she's dangerous on the feet. I'll get into that in a moment. Round 5, she just goes out for a grappling game plan. Grapples the fuck out of her. Xiaonan has no answers. Weili Zhang wins the fight. Dominantly. She has some rough moments. Like, as you can see, one official knockdown scored for Xiaonan. But when Zhand Weili arguably got knocked down 3 times in that fight, maybe it was an off-balance sort of knockdown, but she did get dropped by a punch 3 times in this fight, whether it was a slip or not. Xiaonan's boxing is crisp, and she packs real power for her frame. Like, you'd think Zhand Weili packs some more power. I think Xiaonan could be one of the hardest hitters in that division. Like, I know that's not saying much, but I think she can be one of the hardest hitters. Her striking, she was out-striking Zhang in this fight. She definitely has the better striking. She worked on a ground game. She would have won this fight. She could have escaped positions. If she could have defended against takedowns, she would have won this fight because she was much better on the feet. Zhang's grappling's just next level. I really do rate Zhang's grappling. She's turning into more of a grappler than a striker, and I don't mind it. I like the mixture. I like that she has both options to go to, and I think that's what makes her so dominant. If she's versing a grappler, she goes to the strike, and if she's versing a striker, she'll go to the grappling. Smart game plan, but yeah, I had Zhang by decision, or maybe I had it by KO. I cannot remember this stuff, but I had Zhand Weili, and she gets the job done. The main event, as you can see in this little video. Charmer. Alex Pereira gets the job done, and you guys are probably, if you watch my picks, you guys are probably thinking, he got his pick wrong, he's disappointed, he's upset. I'm not. I'll tell you why. I had Jamahal Hill via knockout. In round 2, I believe. But the way Jamahal was carrying on to towards this fight, towards Alex Pereira, was annoying. Well, it was annoying. He was talking shit. He had that little drink bottle. I thought that shit was cringe, although it was hyping up the fight. It was a little bit cringe going towards Alex Pereira like that. So when this fight started, my girlfriend was in the room and watching it together, and I said to her, I hope Alex Pereira wins. I had bets on Jamahal Hill. I had a parlay on Jamahal Hill with Max Holloway. So I would have been happy if he won because my bets would have hit and I picked him. But personally, I wanted Alex Pereira to win as a fan. I did. And Alex Pereira got it done in round 1 via a check hook. Flatlined Jamahal Hill. He flatlined him. Now, earlier in the fight, Jamahal Hill was looking alright. He was landing good low kicks of his own. I rated him. He was landing good low kicks, but Alex Pereira was getting the better of the low kicks. Jamahal Hill landed more on numbers, but I think Alex Pereira's was stronger. He was jabbing to the body, setting up that headshot. Jamahal Hill was looking for openings, looking to throw straight shots. Jamahal Hill kicks him in the cut, and Charmer, Alex Pereira, ref goes to step in. Alex Pereira grabs his hand and says, step back, watch this shit. Hold my beer. It was basically like, hold my beer. Throws the meanest check hook I've ever seen. Flatlines Jamahal Hill clean. Follows it up. Jamahal Hill. I actually thought Jamahal Hill might recover because he was out for a second and then it looked like he sort of came to. He looked at Alex Pereira ready to defend, but Alex Pereira was just landing big bombs on him. I'm fine with the finish. People are saying it's a late finish. I don't think it was a late finish. I don't think it was an early finish. I think it was a perfect finish. But Jamahal Hill, if he could have defended some of that, I don't blame him if they were to continue the fight, but he was getting pounded out, so it's fair play. Fine stoppage. I like the stoppage. Alex Pereira is mean. And people might say you underestimated him picking Hill. And maybe I did, but I just saw the straight shots, but we never got to say it because Alex Pereira check hooked his ass out, and I said that in my thing. I said it's Jamahal Hill's straight shots versus Alex Pereira's check hook and leg kicks. And it was it was Alex Pereira's leg kicks and check hook. Clean Jamahal Hill out. Sucks for Jamahal Hill. I don't know what he would do next. Fight another top contender. Maybe they could do Jamahal Hill versus Jiří Procházka. Maybe they could finally run that fight. It makes sense. Jiří Procházka got a win over Aleksandar Rakic. Jamahal Hill lost to Alex Pereira. They could run that fight. Maybe who gets the next title shot. But Alex Pereira's cleaning up light heavyweight. He's making it good again. He's putting the faith back into the division, and I love it. I love it. I want to see his reign. I want to see him continue. I'm happy with this. I'm happy with this storyline. I would rather see Alex Pereira champ than Jamahal Hill, although I like Jamahal Hill. I like the story of Alex Pereira. I like seeing him as a champion. He fits the champion category. I'm very nervous for if he fights Magomed Ankalaev because I don't want to see that. Grapple fuck him for 5 rounds and just lay on top. I don't want to see that. If that happens, I might go insane. So just duck him. Just duck him, Alex Pereira. Just duck him. Duck his bitch ass. Fuck him. Fuck him. But anyway, that was my recap of UFC 300, a dope card. My lock hit of Diego Lopez, who hit pretty clean, so I don't know what I am in total, but it will be on the screen, so that's how I went in my picks. Good card. Not excited to go back to the fight nights after this, but we will continue. Anyway, guys, as always, have a good one and take care.
Give me 5 minutes, I'ma pull up with like 5 niggas. Give me 5 minutes, girl, I'ma be right with you.